Now, Deborah Wallace's neighbors here in this Loganville neighborhood were struck by lightning so many times that she became afraid. So she decided to do something about it and install lightning rods on the top of her house. Now, this is the Zestos that was robbed earlier this afternoon. Now, when I talked to the employees that worked here, not only were they mad because they had to fight off the robbers, but they were angry because they had to fight to get 911 on the phone. Behind me is Clayton County's command post, where they've been organizing to get prostitution off the streets in this area. As you can see, they've made 2 arrests right now, but throughout the day they've made many more. Now, this anti-immigration rally started earlier today by an AM radio disc jockey named Chris Kroc. He told supporters of anti-immigration legislation to come out and protest in front of Saxby Chambliss's office right down the street. What they didn't expect was opposition. And everything happened here in this Taco Mac parking lot when Melissa Brooks was being arrested. She hit that Corvette and started a chase about a mile down the road, where she dumped the police cruiser she was in and fled into some woods. Officers arrest Melissa Brooks after capturing her not once, but twice today. This time they make sure she is well detained.
An officer received a call at the Taco Mac on 138 and Stockbridge that a female was entering vehicles. When he arrived, he located the female, sat her in the car.
Meanwhile, Brooks crawls from the back seat of the officer's car to the front seat.
Get your foot in there. And I see her actually do this number, pulling down to drive. And I go in and pull the cop. I'm like, she's taking off in your car.
She hits a sign and takes off down Mount Zion Boulevard for about a mile and runs off the road.
She spun out. She jumped out of the car, which is directly behind us, ran into the woodlines. She was caught by another officer.
Now, while Gina's Corvette did take a hit, she can still laugh.
Oh my gosh, that was the wildest thing ever. The wildest thing ever. Had never seen anybody steal a cop car before.
Now, Brooks faces numerous charges, including evading arrest and reckless driving. But Clayton County Police are just happy that no one was injured. Here in Stockbridge, Georgia, Eric Gonzales, Channel 2 Action News. Now, the coyote was captured just past those trees and down the hill, tucked in a den. Now, many of the residents that we talk to around in this neighborhood fear that they know exactly what happened to their cats.
It was pretty traumatic for us because he was a beloved cat.
Lisa Mackey mourns one of her pet cats she now knows is gone.
We let our cats out like we do every morning, and they go out and go to the bathroom and come back in, and only 2 of them came back. So we went looking for the one that was missing, and we found him nearby the house, and he was half eaten.
When told it most likely sounds like the work of a coyote, she called a company called Catch It Wild that sets traps to catch animals.
We heard the trap hit about 2 a.m.
Really?
So yeah, it was pretty amazing.
I got a call last week about a cat coming up missing and everything, and come out here yesterday to set the job up, and it's what we got this morning.
This sleek coyote has been in the neighborhood for several weeks since many pets have been coming up missing. They normally hunt after dark, and their dens are well hidden.
That's what got me real close to the den. Once I found that right there, and you see how everything's laid down, brushes, that's where they've been laying.
And there's some bones over there, hair over there. They need to keep the cats in and keep the dogs in early in the afternoon, early in the morning.
Mothers in the area are happy the coyote was finally found, but not too happy.
You know, I have a 5-year-old son. It's good that the coyote's going to find a home that has a lot more space for it. That 10 acres was not going to sustain it. It's going to start eating our pets, which it already had done, so I'm glad it's going to find a new home.
They don't find new homes for coyotes.
Oh, they don't?
No.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Now, Catch It Wild says coyotes usually travel in pairs, so most likely there's a female coyote roaming around in this neighborhood. In DeKalb County, Eric Gonzales, Channel 2 Action News. This bridge has been busy pretty much all day. Despite Lawrenceville Police's efforts to keep people out with crime tape, curiosity got the best of most people. They just couldn't believe the damage.
I just had curiosity that got us going. We had to come see it.
At about 10:30 a.m. this morning, this CSX train derailed just outside Lawrenceville near a residential area. 24 empty freight cars that normally carry vehicles launched off the rails and left a mess behind.
You can walk over the bridge and you can see the zigzag far as actually as the eye can see where it derailed.
CSX officials say no one was hurt in the accident. They can't say right now what may have caused the cars to leave the tracks. They've started working on the cleanup and say they will be here through the night and well into tomorrow.
Look at her. It knocked the wheels off none of them things. Them right there, the wheels is out. I don't know how they get that stuff straightened out. I wouldn't want to do out the job, would you?
As for the locals, it's something new to see a train off the tracks like this. They're used to trains just passing through.
There's a lot of spectators on the bridge. I don't think many of us have never seen a train derail.
I've been living here 77 years and I ain't never known one to help right in this area.
As quickly as the people are gathering, they've also disappeared. That's because Lawrenceville police are keeping this bridge cleared while repairs are going on down below. Now, cleanup crews are just now starting to arrive, and this parking lot looks like a junkyard. The hospital behind me is in shambles, and people are just now starting to arrive, amazed at the destruction the tornadoes did last night.
I have never witnessed anything like that in my life. You know, you've seen it in movies or on other, television shows or something like that, but to actually live through it, it's a blessing that then as many people get hurt.
As daylight appeared, you can really see the destruction the tornadoes left behind from last night. Cars were smashed and thrown around violently, trees snapped, and the wind scooped up everything. Many witnesses saw the destruction.
I seen this blue truck, that blue truck right there. Started swerving, started moving.
The hospital was devastated. Patients on the bottom floors were all right, but people on the top floors received the most injuries.
We got to get these people from that's in the ER waiting area away from the windows. And we were doing that, and about maybe 30 seconds later, it hit.
The wind started pushing me inside the emergency room. When it pushed me inside the emergency room, the only thing you heard then was a big boom. Pow!
When it was over, residents moved into action and started helping the injured, and many were thankful just to be alive.
Thank you, Jesus. He heard my prayer.
We came out and we was, calling out names and, seeing if everybody was okay, shining inside the cars, under cars, all around.
Many people kept repeating how the Winn-Dixie was gone. They couldn't believe the biggest retailer in Americas was demolished. Governor Sonny Perdue circled overhead in a helicopter to view the destruction before landing and addressing community leaders. He thought it was fortunate there were only 2 fatalities.
I was shocked. It was worse than I had feared. We heard last night, obviously, the hospital was hit, but the devastation within the area of some Americas here was more than I had imagined.
Still no word on exactly how many tornadoes actually touched down in this area, but so far there are only 2 fatalities. And from the looks of things around here, it could have been a lot worse. Here in Americus, Georgia, Eric Gonzales, Channel 2 Action News. Now the line that's been forming around here in the mall is moving very quickly since Apple opened up its doors earlier this afternoon. Now many of the customers about to get their phone can only hope that Apple's new iPhone lives up to its hype. From the first person in line,
I got here 5:30 this morning,
to the last person.
It's going on forever. It's like 3 miles long. It's going like downstairs and like inside all the stores and stuff.
Everyone's anxious to give up their old phones and bring on Apple's new iPhone.
It's fun to be part of something cool that before all these other, first of all, 300 people in this line, I'll have one, but also the first person that I know of my friends and family that has one.
This Apple store in Lenox Mall closed its doors until 6 p.m. when the official start of the purchases could begin. Although many may feel the phone is a bit pricey, others aren't fazed.
It's actually a good deal at $600. I would pay $800 or more for it, so $600 is a bargain.
Apple cites its phone as being user-friendly. After you buy it, you take it home and activate it online. So why would these people buy a phone they have never tried?
just the fact of it's something so new and so wow.
It's always cool to be on the cutting edge of technology, and just being at something this big is even more exciting.
Once the doors finally open, the dash is on with the hopes it's as good as they say.
And now I have an 8 gig iPhone. And I'm happy. I'm ecstatic about it. I absolutely love it. And I don't know, I just want to be able to take it home, activate it, and actually be able to start using it.
Now, this Apple store would not disclose how many iPhones it did have available, but they said they did expect at least 300 people in line here today. In Lenox Mall, in Buckhead, Eric Gonzales, Channel 2 Action News.